Hey everyone, welcome to the club and welcome to another weekend fusion challenge. Today we're going to be fusing Naruto and Charizard together. So I'm going to get started by drawing in the eyes of Naruto. So let's start with the left eye. We're going to draw on the brow. Starting from the outside, we're just going to draw a curve, a very slight curve towards the inside. Just across like that. From here we're just going to draw an angled line in for the inside of the eye. Now on the outside here, we're just going to step in just a little bit and draw an overlapping curve coming down for the outside of the eye. Let's draw the iris and pupil. So tucked in underneath this eyelid, we're going to draw a circle. Starting from the top, come around to the bottom, and back up to the top. On the top left area here, we're going to draw a little circle for a highlight. A tiny circle. And then in the middle of the iris, we're going to draw a little dot for the pupil. Let's draw a little short line underneath that iris, just across the bottom. Let's go to the right side and draw the same thing. So we're going to start with the inside first. Starting on the inside edge, we want to line this up, curving up. Now we're going to curve across the top of the eye. On the end here, we're going to do an overlap. So stepping over to the left and just drawing a curve for the outside of the eye. Let's go ahead and tuck in the iris and pupil underneath. So right where this curve sort of joins up, we're going to draw a circle tucked in underneath. On the left side, we're going to draw a small circle for a highlight. And then in the middle of the iris, we're going to draw a dot for the pupil. Underneath the eye, we're just going to draw a short straight line just across to finish off the eye. Now from here, let's draw in the headband. So we're just going to draw a curve going from left to right just above the eyes. So we're going to go past the side of the eye here on the left and curve across. And we don't want to go into the eye, we just want to go right above the eye on both sides, just like that. From here, let's tuck in the eyebrows underneath. So just above the left eye, we're going to curve into the eye and in. Now we're going to taper this out so it gets a little bit wider as it goes underneath the headband. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Starting on the inside, crossing over the eye. And we're going to go ahead and just thicken that up. Now in between, you just want to draw a little bit of a frown line. So just two little curves going up in the middle here. Let's go to the side of the head and draw the side of the face. So we're going to let the headband sort of overlap the face. We're going to step in over towards the right on the left side here, draw a straight line coming down. And do that on both sides. So make sure that there's a little bit of overhang for the headband. From here, let's go ahead and draw the nostrils. So in the middle of the face, right down about here, I want to draw two very short little hooks. Let's go ahead and draw in the mouth. So in here, we're going to draw a curve from left to right. And the reason why I draw in the inner parts of the face first before I draw in the head is that I make sure that I have enough room to draw in all the elements inside. So from the jaw here, I'm going to curve down towards the chin. So just rounding out down towards the chin, just below the mouth there. I'm going to round out the chin and curve up and blend in with the right side. So I'm just blending that in like that. Let's go ahead and add in the whiskers. So there's 3 per side. So right where this line goes into the curve, I'm just going to curve across. Draw a straight line going up, and we're sort of aiming in sort of the middle of the nose area here. Draw one more at the bottom. Draw a curved line going on the right, straight line down here, a short one at the bottom there. Okay, now let's tuck in some ears. So right at the edge of this headband, I'm going to go out and pull that back in. Inside here, I just want to draw a little curve for some inner ear detail. In the middle of this curve, I'm going to draw a little hook. Let's go to the right side and do the same thing. So we're going to start at the top of the headband, curve out, and then pull that back in, draw a little curve, and then a little hook. Let's go ahead and draw in some sideburns. So on the side here of the head, we're going to step in to the right underneath the headband and just curve out. Do the same thing on the right side. So it gets very detailed in the face. Let's get into the headband. So right above the ear here, we're going to go straight up on the sides. Like that. Now we're going to curve the top of the headband. So we want to curve upwards. Going up in the middle and then down on the right side. We're going to draw in the head protector. So at the top, we're just going to leave a little gap and just draw a curve along the top. We're going to come straight down on the sides and leaving a gap at the bottom. And we're going to curve the bottom. Curving across like this. On the left side here, we're going to draw some rivets. So 3 dots. So one at the top corner, bottom, and then middle. On the right side, we'll do the same thing. So top, bottom, middle. Let's draw the symbol in the forehead. So right here we're going to draw almost like a 6, but on the right side we're going to swirl around, come into like that. On the top here we're just going to angle out, And at the bottom, we just want to draw a little triangle. So halfway down this curve, go out an angle, and then pull that straight in along the bottom. Okay, now let's add some Charizard elements. So we're going to add the 2 horns that come out instead of the hair. So on the top here on the left, we're going to step in and just draw a curve going outwards, going out towards the left. On the right, we're going to step in towards the left, curve out towards the right, making sure that they're roughly the same height. Now we're going to round out the tip. We're going to round this out. Now we want to bring this in. So the top of the head is somewhere around here. So we want to pull this in, but get a little bit wider as we come in. So coming across and into about there. On the right side, we'll do the same. So we're going to round this out. Now I'm going to bring this in, and I want to make sure that we leave enough space in the middle here. So I'm just pulling this in to the same height. And in between, to bridge this, we're just going to step up and just draw a curve across. So we got Charizard's horns. Let's get into the neck area. So the collar of Naruto's tracksuit, we're just going to draw the top edge of the collar. So up here on the left side, we're going to curve across right into the chin. Continue on the right side. Let's draw the sides of the neck. So right over here, draw a straight line down. On the right, we'll do the same thing. We want to show a little bit of his hair on the back here. So what we're going to do is start on the jaw area, come down, go up with a short angle, come down again, and then tuck that in behind the head. On the right, we'll do the same. So coming down, going up in an angle, coming down in an angle, and then we can just pull that right back up. Let's go ahead and draw in the back of the collar. So stepping up from this curve of the front, we're going to go all the way up, almost underneath the ear, and curve down on both sides. Curving down and out. We're going to go outside of the curve here and just draw a straight line coming down. We'll connect those 2 points with the curve for the front of the collar. I'm just going to curve down in the middle, back up on the right. Now here, let's add some detail. I'm going to draw the little zipper in the middle here. So we're going to draw 2 lines side by side. And we're going to move over just for that little stripe. And just draw 2 more lines down here. I want to show some of the woven material around the collar. So up along this edge, I'm just going to pull a few lines coming down. On the right, we'll do the same thing, just like that. On the back of the collar, we just want to draw a little curve. Maybe 2 little curves coming down, just like that. Okay, so we got the collar. Let's get into the body. So I'm going to draw in, basically we're going to use Naruto's body as the main structure, and then we're going to fold in some Charizard elements on top of it. So let's start with the shoulders. So right at the bottom of this line here, I'm just going to curve out. This is for the tops of the shoulder. I'd like to start up there. From this point, I know that the inner part of the body is going to come in here, because we want to leave enough room for the arms. So just on the side here, I'm going to draw a curve going in on both sides. Okay, so you can see it's just below the shoulder line, and it's inside from the ends of those lines there. Let's go ahead and draw on the sides of the body. So up here, we're going to step in and just curve out. So we just want to make sure that the tracksuit looks a little bit baggy. It's got some folds in it. In here, we're going to connect those 2 points with a curve down the middle and then back up on the right side. From here, let's continue this zipper line down. We come down in the middle, pulling the pen towards us. It's always easiest to draw straight lines when we're pulling the pen towards our body. Over here, we're going to draw that little stripe. And down. Same thing on the right. Now the tracksuit has this little split in the top of the chest area. So we're going to start on the side here, coming down, curving in towards the middle, curve up on the right side. Let's draw the little band along the waistline. So on the sides, we want to draw on the waist right about here. So we're going to draw 2 short lines coming down. And we'll connect those 2 points with a curve along the bottom. And then the zipper continues down here too. So we draw 2 short lines right there. Now from this point, I can actually go in and start drawing in the arms. So on the side here, this is where the shoulder starts, and then the arm starts here. So from this point, I just want to curve down and in. We're going to do an overlap. So we're going to come up and just draw a curve going out. On this side, right along this curve here, this is where the armpit is. I'm going to draw an angled line coming in, and now this is a wrinkle line. So we're going to go back to the starting point and curve down again. So these are sort of at the same height. I'm going to draw the arm in this angle, so going this way, it's pretty much the same height. Let's cross this with a curve. So stepping over on the left, we curve across like this. So there's a little overlap on either side. This is for the cuff of the sleeve. From here, I'm going to draw 2 angled lines coming down. Now, in between these 2 lines, I'm going to draw a curve. for the outside edge of the sleeve. So we want to leave a little gap on either end. Let's draw in the hand. So I'm going to give him the Charizard's claws. So this could look pretty cool. So right up here, you want to leave enough room for the wrist. So the outside wrist will come here. We're going to start on the inside, coming down in an angle. Now we're going to draw the little curve for the thumb, rounding out and pulling this in. We're going to do a curve going in towards this part of the hand here. Now we're going to get into the fingers. From this point, we're going to curve down. From this point, let's go up, and we're going to circle around the first finger. So curving around like this. So we're going around that point. We're going to do an overlap. So coming down and curving out. We can do that again. We're coming down. Now we're going to bring this back up towards the wrist. Curving up to right about there. So it's sort of at the same height as the inside wrist. We take this point and pull this right in underneath the sleeve. Now these points we're going to have to curve and tuck it in underneath the wrist line. So it actually looks like the hand's inside the cuff. Over here we're going to draw a claw. So a little curve like that. And then one more right here. Let's go ahead and draw in the little separation on the sleeve here. So this curve goes up. This curve on the arm is going to go in the opposite direction, going outwards. Let's take that and draw it on the right side. So starting with the outside part of the arm, this part we're going to curve down and in. Let's go to the inside part of the armpit. Let's draw that wrinkle line first. Going back up to the top, we're going to curve the inside part of the arm, this part right here. Let's go to the outside, curve out. Now we want to make sure, just looking back, that these arms are at the same height. We're going to intersect this line with a curve going across for the cuff, and then we're going to draw those two lines coming down at an angle. In between here, we're going to draw that little outside part of the sleeve going across, leaving a gap on either side. Now we're going to get into the arm. So the arm is going to be on the outside of the sleeve. So you can see there's more space here than in here. So this arm is going to be pushed over this way. So the outside part of the arm goes here, the inside part is going to be right here. So we're going to draw an angled line coming down. We're going to round out the thumb, pulling that back in, and we're going to curve back. This is this part right here. Now we're going to pull this down to right about there. This is the finger. Step up and wrap around and then come in. Now we're going to continue this, stepping down here, going up, down here again. Now we're going to pull this all the way up in towards the wrist. I'm going to draw an angled line going up and tucking that underneath the sleeve. Here we're going to tuck in underneath the wrist on both sides like that. Let's draw the claws. So a little curve like that. And one on the index finger. Now that we got the upper part, let's get into the legs. Now, with the legs, I want to draw the legs a little bit shorter than the actual Naruto's character, just because Charizard's legs are quite short too. So down here, we're going to draw the lower torso. Now, usually it's up here. We're going to draw the lower torso down here. So in the middle here, we're going to draw a curve going across the middle. In the center, I'm going to draw a line coming straight down. Now, this is for the pants seam. Up here, we're going to go up in an angle and then pull this line up underneath the top. In here, let's draw in some wrinkles. So along here, I'm just going to draw a curve going across. Up here, we'll go in the opposite direction, just to show some wrinkling in the pants. Let's go to the outside of the legs. Now we're going to draw the thighs coming out. So from this point in the waist, we curve out and then down. On the right side, we'll do the same thing. So going out and then down. I want to show some wrinkles in the pants because the pants are going to be pushed up like this. So right in here, we're going to step in to the right from the left side, going in an angle. On the right, we'll do the same thing. Now let's show the little puddling in the pants. So right here, we're going to go up, draw an angled line on the right side. Now we're going to go to the outside and do the same thing. So we're going to step up, do an angled line. And we're going to connect those 2 points with a curve. Curving across on both sides. Now if you want, you can add some more wrinkles here. So I'm just going to draw a little curve like this, just around the knee area. Up here, let's draw the little pockets. So from the outside of the leg, curving underneath the bottom of the jacket, draw that twice. Do the same thing on the right side. Now here, he's got some big cuffs on his pants. So we're going to start by drawing an angled line out on both sides. Just these short little ones just to start it off. Coming down, 2 straight lines, and we'll connect that with a curve going across the bottom. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So right here, we're going to go out at an angle on both sides, come down with two short straight lines, and we'll connect it with a curve. Now with the feet, just because we did the Charizard hands, we're going to draw in the Charizard feet as well. So the ankle is going to be located right here. So let's start with the back of the foot. Right here, we're going to curve out towards the heel. From here, we're going to go along the bottom of the foot with a curve, coming along like that. Now from here, I want to curve the first claw, curving down. From here, we're going to take that point in the claw and just round out, coming up, and then pulling that into that point right there, right where we change direction here. And do an overlap. So up at the top of this claw, we're going to curve out and down, and then curve that back in. We'll do that one more time, curving out, and then pulling that back in. Now at the top of this last claw, we're going to curve above the toes and then down to the bottom of the foot. Okay, so now this is the edge seam of the little slipper that he wears. We're going to go up here at the top of this curve, curving across over the ankle. Now right up here, I want to leave enough space for the ankle. I'm just going to curve it up underneath the pant leg. Let's draw a little separation here, a little curve like that. And draw a little strap along the top, curving across, and then just a straight line there. And then we're going to draw a little strap button across the top there. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So starting with the inside part of the leg, curving down. We'll curve and round out the bottom of the foot towards the first claw. We draw a curve in the opposite direction for the first claw. Now we're going to pull this back up and pull it into that point. Do an overlap, curving out. We're going to pull that back up and then down. And one final time, going across like that. Now we're going to draw the first separation line. So at the top of this toe, go across and then down to the bottom of the foot. Go up to the top of this curve, and we're going to curve across. At the top of this curve, we're going to curve it up in the opposite direction underneath the pant leg. And we're going to draw a separation line along the top like that. We'll draw a little strap, so curving across the top, and then in, and then a little button. Now let's add some of the Charizard elements on top of this. So we're going to draw in the tail first. So the tail's going to come in between the legs, up along the side here. So let's start on the right side of the inside of the right leg here. We're going to curve across from right to left. This curve is going to go behind this leg, go around the hand, and then flick it out towards the left. Now we're going to take that point and thicken it up as we come back in towards the body. Starting at the tip, we're going to curve out. We're going to go behind the hand, curving around. Now you can see the line is getting thicker, so the spacing is getting wider as we come back in towards the body. We're going to draw a little separation here. So right at the bottom here, we're going to curve up. Let's draw the little flame on the tail. So at the bottom here of this tip, we're going to curve out around the tip, and we're going to go in the opposite direction, going out. We're going to pull that in so it gets a little bit thicker and wider as it comes in. Now we're going to go up and just do like a backwards S. Pull that back in. We're going to go out and we're going to draw a little S here, a little S curve. Pulling that around and down to about there. Now one final little spike, and then we're going to pull that in behind the tail. Okay, so we've got a very simple flame. One thing I want to do is I want to add the little bandage along the leg here. So at the top here, I'm just going to try to squeeze it in, draw a curve across the top, and then right here, I'm going to curve across the bottom. I'm going to draw two curves inside the middle here. One at the top, and one at the bottom. There's a little pouch on the side, so I'm going to try to get it in just by drawing two lines like that. The final thing is the wings. So I'm going to draw two big wings on either side. So we're going to start beside the collar. Right here on the left side, we're going to curve out. Let's go to the right side and do the same thing. I'm going to go bounce back left and right just to make sure we're balancing it out as we go. From here, I'm going to curve up in the opposite direction. Curving up. Now there's a spike at the top of the wing. So from here, I'm going to curve inwards. In like that. Now this point is going to come all the way down to the tip of the wing. So we're going to break this into two parts. We go out. Now from here, I'm going to do a hard turn coming down. So coming down to the tip of the wing. We want to trace this outside edge of the wing with a thicker line. So from the tip, we're going to thicken it up as we come up to right about there. Now I'm going to go across, just following that same line, leaving a gap at the inside. Now I'm going to follow this line on the inside. Going across like that, and then pulling it in behind the body. We're going to draw the little bottoms of the wing here. So from this tip, We're going to go up. We're going to try to clear that flame. Come down around the flame and then curve it back underneath the arm. Up here, I'm just going to draw a curve just to show a little bit of wrinkle in the wings. Let's go to the right side and do the same thing. So we're going to curve out. And now we're going to do a hard turn coming down to the bottom of the wing, trying to get them the same height. Now we're going to go back and just trace out the inside of the wing. So curving up, go across, leaving a gap on the inside here. Now we're going to follow that curve all the way back. Now for the inner part of the wing, we'll go up, we're going to come down. Now we're going to curve up in behind the arm. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's our Naruto and Charizard fusion. I need a good name for this character, so leave a comment and give us your suggestions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.